This is NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. The New Brunswick RCMP is asking for an independent review of police actions following a shooting incident involving RCMP members in St. Stephen. On September 16th at approximately 4 a.m., the RCMP responded to a report of an individual in mental distress with a weapon outside of a home on Ross Avenue. When police arrived on scene, they were confronted by a man armed with a machete who refused to drop his weapon. When the man continued to approach the RCMP, he was shot and immediately taken to hospital to be treated. CHCO was on scene Wednesday morning, where we spoke to some of the neighbors who said they had heard a commotion in the early hours of the morning of the shooting, but were unaware of the events that transpired. An electrical fire had taken place at the home where the shooting happened approximately 3 weeks earlier. It's worth noting that exactly a year ago to the day, police were called to the same house on Ross Avenue to investigate the murder of 25-year-old Christopher Hanley, a homicide which has yet to be solved. The RCMP members involved in the latest incident on Ross Avenue have been placed on administrative duties pending the outcome of the review. New Brunswickers wishing to access most non-essential services in the province will soon need to show proof of vaccination against COVID-19.
Beginning next Wednesday, proof of vaccination and government-issued ID will be required by those 12 and over to access the following events, services, and businesses: indoor festivals, performing arts, and sporting events; indoor and outdoor dining and drinking at restaurants, pubs, and bars; nightclubs, amusement centers, pool halls, bowling alleys, casinos, and movie theaters; gyms, indoor pools, and indoor recreation facilities; indoor group exercise facilities.
These measures are expected to stay in place until the province has a 90% vaccination rate.
We are now on a trajectory for 100 new cases a day, every day. COVID-19 is spreading broadly across our province, and it is spread among the unvaccinated. We can reverse this trend if everyone who can be vaccinated rolls up their sleeve immediately, if not sooner. More than 77% of eligible New Brunswickers have taken this step, and I applaud everyone who has acted.
Part of the motivation for the launch of the Proof of Vaccination program came from the strain now being felt on the healthcare system. Currently, there are 15 New Brunswickers in hospital being treated for COVID-19, which is the most since April of 2020. New Brunswick also reported its largest single-day case count of 63 cases this past Wednesday, the most since the pandemic began. The vast majority of both hospitalizations and new cases are among the unvaccinated.
If you are an unvaccinated New Brunswicker, you are at least 23 times more likely to be hospitalized for COVID-19 than a person who is fully vaccinated. These are staggering numbers. And again, those hospitalizations take resources and time away from the care for other non-COVID related illnesses, trauma, etc.
People entering the province must also register their travels and provide proof of vaccination. Higgs says New Brunswickers can expect to see a vaccination passport in the form of a QR code for smartphones this October. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and live-streamed COVID-19 updates for New Brunswick, follow us on Facebook at CHCO.TV.
This has been a news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.